Howdy guys, this is CoreCat13. We are back for another episode of Super Mario 64. Last time, we rambled and we completed World 7 and World 6. And now we head into one of my least favorite worlds, World 8. In the Talons of the Big Bird. Fuck that shit, man. I don't want to go deal with a big bird, I tell ya. That big bird's an asshole. You just gotta love the sprites, man. Gotta love that sprite. Respect the sprites. I mean, I gotta say, the Pokies are like some of the laziest designs, I tell ya. Like, look at these things, they're sprites! I mean, I know the reason, but still, they couldn't have made them 3D models. That is lame. Lame! But you know what's not lame? Flight. That'd be a cool power to have, but if I were to have the ability of flight, I would want to have, like, moth wings, like giant moth wings that I can just fold into a cloak. And yeah, that's a direct reference to Big Chill. We have 88 stars. I feel lucky. Anyway, so yeah, I would want to have, like, Big Chill wings. Or not Big Chill wings, just kind of like moth-like wings that I can just fold into a cloak. And then just kind of fly around. I think that'd be fun. What do you guys think? Although, if I was really going to go and be, like, a giant mutant creature or whatever, I would probably just choose to be, like... Like, it'd be part moth, part cat, and probably part ghost freak, to be honest, with, like, big chill breath. Like, the ability to freeze things and yada yada yada. I think that'd be fun. But, that is just me. What am I doing? I don't know. Oh yeah, I'm going after the bird! Gotta get that bird, man. He has a star for me. Get out of here. Give me that star, man. Give me that star. Fucking asshole. I want to know how he got the star to begin with. Did Bowser give it to him? I'm guessing. 1989. Flip the numbers around and you'll have the year Ocarina of Time was released. How about that? 1998. I think that's also like around the time the Hubble Space Telescope got launched. I'm not sure. Did you guys know that? Useless facts with CoreCat13. I'm trying to think of like when I'm going to air this video. Because I know when I'm going to air episode 11. And I can say for certainty that it's episode 11. I'm going to upload episode 11 probably today. Which, by the way, today is in pause because I'm reading the... it is... November the 12th, 2021. So yeah, I think it'll be my first upload on a Friday in a while. And then this episode, I think will probably go up either Saturday or Sunday, or probably not. I think I probably won't upload on the weekend, even... Ah, crap, I fell. That was stupid. That was stupoid, man. That was stupid. What was that? Oh, what was that? Come on, man. Damn quicksand. Now you see why I don't like this area? Fucking quicksand. I hate quicksand. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Anyway, so what was I talking about? I think I was talking about like when I was going to upload this video. Yeah, so I'm thinking like maybe I'll upload this video on Monday, and then Tuesday I upload an episode of Paper Mario, and then upload a video on Wednesday. Then I take a day to record on Thursday. What the hell is Mario doing there? I think I discovered a glitch. N64, gotta love it. Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good schedule, like... You know, upload Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. That way it leaves Thursday free, and it leaves the weekend open. Because the weekend, oh my god, the weekend is such a horrible time to record. Especially this weekend, I gotta attend a funeral, because my great-grandmother passed away recently. I mean, she was suffering for a long time. So I'm happy she's not suffering anymore, but I don't know. It's hard to talk about, and I really don't want to think about it, but I figured I'd mention it because I've been dealing with it for the past 2 days and stuff, just trying to comprehend her being gone, because she's one of my last great-grandparents, if not, like, probably my last. Because I lost both great-grandparents on my dad's side. I never knew my great-grandfather on my, or one of my great-grandfathers on my mom's side. And then I lost 2 more fairly recently, not too far apart from each other, and now I lost my gram. So I am without great-grandparents, which is kind of a weird thing to think about. Like, just thinking about that, I'm now at the age where I'm losing grandparents, which is just sad. Anyway, let's not think about that. But yeah. But yeah, obviously. It's not something you can control, it is just a factor of life, unfortunately. Anyway, speaking of things, I'm not even going to try to transition between that. We're inside a pyramid now. I always kind of like this pyramid, I don't know why. I don't like the sand here, because believe it or not, I'm going to jump in the sand here. Yep, it's quicksand. Although, weirdly enough, the sand here acts way more like quicksand, like real quicksand, than the quicksand you see kind of like... Hold on, let me swap to Mario mode here. Yeah, you see that pit over there? Probably not that well, but that's Mario quicksand. That's a video game quicksand. Yet the quicksand you saw me run around in, that acts way more like quicksand, like real life quicksand. Because if you were to ever get stuck in quicksand in real life, as long as you're buoyant enough and just kind of spread yourself out, you'll float on the quicksand. Because I forget exactly like what the properties of quicksand are, but it won't bury you. Like, it's not like video game or movie quicksand, because you'll just, like, I think it'll bury you like waist deep, and then you're just kind of stuck there until something pulls you out. It's especially bad whenever you're on a beach, because yeah, beach sand can actually turn into quicksand. Because once the tide retreats, you're basically stuck in there like it's cement. And then you're at the mercy of the sun. Or the tide, basically. Because either the tide's going to get you, or the sun's going to get you. Most likely the sun. And yeah, it actually, from what I've researched, apparently... That was weird. I didn't know you could wall jump off him. I don't know what these things are called either. I should know, but I don't. But yeah, apparently you would actually need like a construction crew or whatever to actually, I think, bulldoze you or whatever out. And that sounds horrifying. Like, imagine if you got stuck in there. Like, if you got stuck in real life quicksand, it would probably suck. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. So we're going to stand tall on the 4 pillars. Man, we are kicking ass in this stage. I didn't expect the stage to go by so fast. Although, Shifting Sandland is actually probably one of the least interesting stages in Super Mario 64. It's one of the ones you can do pretty quickly, except for the freaking 100 coins. That one can go fucking suck something. But yeah, Shifting Sandland is not a big area, to be honest. Like, I think the pyramid itself is larger than this world, or maybe it's about the same size. I don't really know, but yeah, it's really weird. But I just have never found this area particularly interesting, and again, it's one of those areas I think Super Mario 63 does really well. And the reason for that is that it makes it a mini area. Like, I think it's like one of the first mini areas you go to. And they used the Gritzy Desert theme from Mario and Luigi Partners in Time, which they use a lot of songs from the Mario and Luigi games, which is a good thing because the Mario and Luigi games have like great music. I think they use sprites. I know they use sprites from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga for Mario and Luigi. And they use a lot of sprites from Yoshi's Island as well, like for the Goombas. I forget if it was, yeah, for the Goombas and Koopa Troopas. Bowser himself, I think, comes from Yoshi's Island DS, if I remember correctly. I'm not really sure, but I think that's where it comes from. But other than that, it's really interesting. It's a really interesting little Flash game. The more I talk about it, the more I want to play it again. But again, I have to reinstall Flash, and I don't know, for whatever reason, my computer acts like Flash is, like, gonna give me a virus or something, which maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, I don't know. I really don't, actually. Like, does Flash actually install a virus? Or does it not? I'm not really sure. Anyway, I'm not even talking about this boss here, Irock. Irock's a very interesting boss. Oh, shoot. Oh, what the hell was that? I defeated Irock by jumping into him. Maybe I jump kicked him? I don't know. That is the weirdest way I've ever beaten Irock. I think it was caused by a glitch. I'm not really sure. But yeah, Irock is probably one of the weirdest bosses in Super Mario 64. Like, it reminds me of a Zelda boss. Like, it reminds me of something you'd see in Ocarina of Time, to be honest. Maybe, like, they took inspiration, but I'm not really sure. I don't know, if you can get confirmation for that, let me know. Pyramid Puzzle, oh boy. Well, Pyramid Puzzle, I'll say this, they do it way better than the DS version, but then again, they do most things better than the DS version, except for the controls. But I don't know. Next, we want to do a playthrough of the DS version, just to kind of show you the version differences. And actually, I considered doing that for this LP, but yeah, whatever. Since this was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing, I just kind of decided, nah, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, the Pyramid Puzzle in the DS version actually uses silver stars instead of just normal coins, which I think makes more sense, to be honest. And by that point, you should have unlocked Luigi. And Luigi freaking breaks that mission. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, him and Yoshi break that mission. Like, if you don't have Luigi, you should at least have Yoshi. Like, don't do the mission as Mario or Wario. Like, especially don't do it as Wario. Like, good lord, Wario sucks in Mario 64 DS. Like, he is freaking awful. Like, he's okay for breaking things, and it's kind of funny seeing the enemies just kind of fling off the screen when he punches something. But other than that, he is a horrible character. Like, seriously, why would you ever play as Wario? I guess he was kind of like an afterthought, but he isn't, though. Like, he is actually, like, he was in the prototype Super Mario 64 times 4. Which honestly I think is a superior name than Mario 64 DS. And I think it's actually still called that in Japan. Or I may be thinking of Mario and Luigi 2x2, which is the Japanese, or Mario and Luigi RPG 2x2, which is the Japanese name for Partners in Time, which I think is a superior name. Like, Japan sometimes has better names than the American version. I don't know why. I do kind of like Mario's story better than Paper Mario, but Paper Mario also just kind of makes sense because, you know, the characters are paper thin, but it led to confusion down the road, right? So, I don't know. I don't think there was a... Did that fucker steal my hat? He did. Get back here. I was freaking talking about Paper Mario when you stole my hat. Dickhead. Let's see. I'm surprised Mario's not losing HP from the heat. Maybe I'm thinking of Mario Sunshine. I don't know. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about, like, version differences. Because it all started with me talking about freaking Pyramid Puzzle and how I think it's done so much better than the DS version. Actually, this whole area is a little bit more interesting in the DS version, but there are certain missions in the DS version I freaking just... I do not look forward to in the DS version. The 100 coin challenge is one of them. Like, I think the 100 coin challenge is fucking annoying in the DS version because, well, for one thing, because you're using a D-pad, or, if you're, playing on the 3DS, you use the thumb. What do you call that? The thumb pad? Oh no, the circle pad, that's what that's called. Or if you're using the Wii U version, which I highly recommend you do the Wii U version, well, it doesn't fix the whole issue with it being, like, on a D-pad. It emulates it really well, and it does kind of feel better using an analog stick. I think just from a psychological standpoint, because, they didn't change anything. Like, it's still just the DS-ROM running on a Wii U, which I think that was actually kind of brilliant. Like, there could not have been a better console than the Wii U to do DS games. Like, I think there were some people, like, wanting the Wii to have DS games, which I guess kind of makes sense, because, the Wii also had motion controls, and, the Wii pointer would also kind of circumvent the need for, like, the DS stylus or whatever, so it kind of makes sense. But from the few DS games that did get ported to the Wii, which, by the way, most of them suck, and they were, like, really bad games, like, really bad party games, like, they don't run very well on the Wii, so I think it kind of makes sense that they waited till Wii U to start porting, like, DS-style games. Although they did actually start porting some games, like the Mega Man ZX games, I think that's what they're called. Like, they ported the ZX games to... Oh god. Oh god, so... okay, thank you, Tornado. Thank you. I appreciate that, Twister. Never thought I'd say that to a tornado. You're not freaking throwing me into the pit, man. And he did. He got me in the bung, as Nintendo Capri-san would say. I'm trying to tell my perspective here. I guess I'll just go in the pyramid. It's fine. I wanted to get that last red coin, man, but I guess it was not meant to be. But yeah, so I really don't think... I think it really was appropriate that they waited till the Wii U because of the asymmetrical gamepad or whatever. Like, the gamepad really does replicate the DS really well, but the only downside is that you're stuck using the gamepad and you can't use a controller. But the Nintendo Switch has started doing some DS games with the ZX games. That's what I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted by freaking... whatever they're called. I think they're Fly Guys. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so... honestly, if they were to port DS games eventually to Nintendo Switch Online, I think I'd be game for it. I think it could run well. Like, most DS games are... From what I found out, the DS actually runs at 64 bits of hardware. So it would run games like N64 games, but they run them at higher quality, right? Actually, no. But it also proves that had they had the technology and the know-how back then, that they could have made Mario 64 look way more like a GameCube game. And... yeah, I'm having issues here. They could have actually made it look really good. And from my understanding, there is actually someone out there that made, like, I think it's called Mod 96, and I'd mentioned it before, that apparently can run on Nintendo 64. Like, if they ever ported it to a cartridge, it actually can run on it. Like, they could actually theoretically run the models that they use for Super Mario 64. I mean, Bowser looks a little dopey, but he looks a lot better than he does in, like, Mario 64. Though, in all honesty, I just got 100 coins. How about that? 93 stars, baby. I'm running over 20 minutes. Shit. Oh, well. I went on that rant, and I wasn't even paying attention to the time. I mean, not that it matters, because, you know, I don't have a set time limit for Mario 64, but I like to keep it about 20 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, if I could focus on the topic at hand. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I got distracted by that star. But yeah, basically, if they were to. Oh, yeah. Now I remember what I was talking about. I was talking about, like, how the DS actually just runs at 64 bits. And yet somehow looks better than Super Mario 64. I guess it really just comes down to knowledge. Like, I think it really just comes down to the fact that they now knew how to do 3D modeling a lot better, and they figured out how to do it on a handheld. That while it still had a similar processing power, they just kind of knew how to make it look a lot better. And I don't care what anyone says, Mario 64 DS looks leagues better than Mario 64. Like, Mario 64 has retro appeal, but I'm sorry. Like, anyone that thinks Mario 64 looks better than the DS version, like, I'll give them, like, color wise, yes. Like, Mario 64 Classic looks a lot better in the color department because, I think they had more to play with, and because, they had to make it work on a cartridge, they had to dull some of the colors, and also because of the backlight issue, it just kind of looks like that. But Mario 64 DS looks good still. It looks a little washed out on the Wii U, which, honestly, I don't know why they did that, but, it still looks good. Like, on a proper DS, it looks pretty close to, like, the color scheme of the N64 version. Like, it looks really good. But, I don't know. Aside from the washed out colors, and, it looking a little bit more pixely, I still think it looks a lot better. Like, Bowser certainly looks a lot better. Mario looks leagues better. Yoshi, of course, looks way better, thanks to his GameCube facelift. Or maybe it was his N64 facelift, because they did redesign him for the N64, and he looks a lot better in Yoshi's Story. I don't know why they didn't just use that one for the Smash Brothers one. I guess because Yoshi's Story was a 2D game, so they can make it look better than a 3D game. I'm not really sure. But I don't know. Bottom line, the DS version looks great. That's what I was trying to say. And man, I went on a tangent, didn't I? I didn't even talk about Pyramid Puzzle. I was just kind of going off on random tangents. But, oh well. If you are a somewhat frequent visitor to my channel, I think you kind of know that. But anyway, yeah, we're done with the freaking basement floor, baby. So, next time on Super Mario 64, we head to the top. We head to the second floor. So, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for listening to me ramble as usual. Bye!